think being bullied throughout school and people telling me that I can't do things is definitely something that's pushed me forward and pushed me to want to prove people wrong, and has like gotten me sort of out of my shell and just had me have this like, watch me do this kind of attitude. If you want it, then you just have to go and get it no matter what anybody says. Hi, I'm Ashley and I'm a music photographer, and I am 2017's Vans Warped Tour Mutant Pit Reporter. As a music photographer, I just like get in the pit and I take photos. I get to go to shows, I get to photograph and work with my favorite bands, which is like really surreal, and I get a lot of questions about it. I think that everybody has their own path that they sort of go down and everything. You just sort of have to like create it yourself, but just being able to work with bands that I never thought I'd be able to work with, and just like being in the pit is such a surreal feeling, and getting to interview and have conversations with these people that I admire and that I look up to so much is just crazy. So I've worked with bands like Neck Deep and Dance Gavin Dance, Lights, Melanie Martinez, and people like that. Neck Deep is one of the bands that I look up to a lot, that I've gotten to work with. Their music and just them as people inspire me so much because they're just like genuinely good people. The experience of getting to work with people that inspire you so much, or just like meeting new people that start to inspire you, it's like I said, I can't reiterate this enough, that it's such a surreal feeling. It makes you want to keep going, and it drives you more to like keep doing what you love to do. Everything just seems like new, like it's never boring, it's not always the same thing. You could ask the same questions to a million different people in a million different bands, but it's always a different answer. I find it interesting getting to pick people's brains and getting to know people on a personal level, I guess. I picked up a camera, I guess just for fun, when I was like 12 or 13. It was just like a little point and shoot camera I got for my birthday. So that's kind of how it started. But as for music photography, I started a Tumblr when I was in high school at some point. I just followed a bunch of cool like aesthetic-y blogs, I guess. I came across this one photographer named Mesa and Ashley Osborne and Adam L. Macias and people like that. I was just like sort of taken aback by their ability to photograph stuff in motion, because at the time I didn't think it was such an easy thing to do, and at times it can't be, because you know you have to counter and all the like lighting and movement and all that stuff. I saw that and I was like, dang, I wanna try that. And I took my point and shoot to a Lights concert, and I took some photos, and they actually didn't turn out that bad. And I was at the time saving up for a DSLR, which is like a more professional camera. I shot my first Warped Tour in 2014, and it's just kind of like kept going ever since. Mesa was actually one of the first people that I reached out to personally that has helped me with basically what I'm doing now. She helped me with learning how to properly use my camera, learning how to reach out to managers, find like a publication and everything like that. And I think it's definitely important for everybody to have somebody that sort of inspires them, and somebody to look up to, and somebody that they can reach out and talk to about these things and help sort of guide them, because while it is possible to do it alone, it's a lot more difficult, and you could end up on like the wrong side of the track per se if you don't have somebody sort of guiding you along. If you have questions, or you need like that really important advice to like be able to take the next step in what you want to do.
There's science here no one can explain. There's a feeling here that cannot be contained.
Things that have sort of brought me down, I guess, but I got over them, because as you grow in your career and your like profession and whatever you're wanting to do, you kind of grow a thicker skin. It just comes naturally with the territory. I've been told I suck, I'm never gonna get anywhere, I'm not really wanted around, just stupid things like that. People don't realize that women in the industry are sort of discriminated against because they're not as strong as men are, or they can't like handle a bigger workload because they're girls. One of the toughest things, which is really stupid, It happened in high school. I took 2 years of photography. There was this girl, she told me that I was never going to amount to anything, that I should just kill myself. And I was a really shitty photographer and like just all this terrible stuff. Now she kind of does nothing and I'm like sitting here doing this, and it's kind of like one of those like ha moments. I don't wish bad luck or like anything like that on anybody. I think it's really awesome to watch people succeed, but just like being able to prove somebody wrong is such a great feeling. So I think being bullied throughout school and people telling me that I can't do things is definitely something that's pushed me forward and pushed me to want to prove people wrong, and has like gotten me sort of out of my shell and just had me have this like watch me do this kind of attitude. If I could give any advice to young or like aspiring photographers, is it's not easy. Just because you have one setback doesn't mean that you should quit. It means that that's just an obstacle that you need to overcome, and you can if you keep trying and it's something that you really love doing. I always tell this to people that are telling me, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. I grew up with a very poor family, and I grew up being bullied severely and all of these things that sort of like set me back and set other people back. But I saved up the money, I got a job and I saved up the money, I got a camera, I said fuck you to those bullies because like who are they to tell me that I can't do something? And I just did it. Like, you just have to do it. Like, there are people that I know that have gone from having like absolutely nothing, like less than I ever had, and they're doing these amazing things, like even bigger than I'm doing right now. So I started out working for this publication called Restless Press. They're the first publication I found and that I applied to, and they just so happened to need a photographer at the time that I was looking for somebody to work with and to build my portfolio with, and they gave me a shot. And because of Restless Press, ran by Atreyu, I'm here and I'm able to do this, and I was able to like build myself up and get noticed and all that stuff. And I also want to say thank you to my manager, Steph, who is super amazing and has my back through everything, and she encourages me so much to just like get through everything, like people being assholes. And she just like encourages me to keep pushing on, and sort of she's a mentor to me and sort of guides me and tells me what to do, because I'm new to what I'm currently doing, because it's like a big step in my career. And yeah, with music and everything, you know that I sing and stuff like that, and like music has always been my passion, and like that's one of those things that's really, really hard to break into. But like I said, it's you, like if you love something, you still have to do it. And I sort of found an outlet within the music industry. I'm still able to work on music, I'm still able to sing, I'm still able to collaborate with people. So I think that's another form of like the just do it thing. Keep going no matter what anybody tells you, because although it's like sort of taken a backseat to my photography, I'm still singing and I'm wanting to pursue music. That's definitely in my future as well. Bye!